kind of got connected with some of the issues that are involved in education and felt passionate about it, so I switched careers and became a teacher. I teach sixth grade mathematics and science.
96% of my population receives free and reduced lunch. And we are in an antiquated building. We are at 188% capacity. We have, in addition to the main building, we have 4 portables outside. 3 of them were donated many years ago before I even got here, and they're quite old. We are slated to be renovated in 2018, but we keep growing every year, so I'm not quite sure where we're going to put all the children next year. I only have one more classroom that I could move a music teacher out of and put a regular class in, so we're very overcrowded here.
Kind of got connected with some of the issues that are involved in education and felt passionate about it, so I switched careers and became a teacher. Specifically for me, I've had ESOL teachers or ELL learner, English language learner. The instructor that would be assigned to them has been cut back on hours. Special educator has been cut back. We could not fulfill a main position at one point, so I had a 7th, 8th grade math teacher that was a vacancy and was just filled by long-term sub instead of a regular educated teacher or whatever.
There are 800 children here, and 70% of the population is Latino. About 20% are Caucasian, and then probably about 5% are African American and 5% are other nationalities.
To be honest, not surprised. It's somewhat typical of people from that, from politicians from that side, but it's a problem that you've always faced. I mean, underfunding's always been an issue. So I always feel I control the controllables. So I can't control that, so I can't really stress about it too much because I can't control it.
I was livid because that really cut our budget. We originally had a budget that we could manage with, but when they cut that, I ended up having to lose a position. It was a position I hadn't filled yet, but I wasn't able to fill it because of the cuts.
I do rely on a ESOL teacher or an ELL teacher that dedicated to that. I sometimes use peer tutoring, other students. I have to translate materials for them. I use a lot of pictures, try and take a lot of the words out to get them to understand, and then I use as much Spanish as I know to bridge the other gaps.
Where they put their funding, they put it in, I think, in pockets of money that aren't necessarily essential, and I think if we don't meet the needs of our students now in education, then they're going to have to be paying a lot more later on, because a lot of these kids aren't going to be able to get jobs or have careers that will then bring more tax money into their funds.
There's a lot of wasted spending that goes in. So if you could take a really hard look at the overall budget and where money is getting allocated and see if you have a big push on education, and with the Common Core standards you want kids and students to be career and college ready, then you should, if that's your purpose, that's your mission, then you need to support that, and that means financially supporting it. If it's not your mission, then you stop saying it and you don't need to support it. But I think you can look at where there's funding and spending that doesn't need to be there, and reallocate so that the funding is where you want it